Good evening, my lords, and welcome back to Medieval Monday, and welcome back to the Holy Roman Empire. Last time we left off, we took Paris and we took Dijon. We're still at war up here in the north with the Danes. To the east, the Russians still. And unfortunately, we've been stabbed in the back by the Portuguese, and the Portuguese have decided to take, or I should say attempt, to take Marseille, down in the south. But with us holding our positions as Barrett and reconsolidating for our next push. And where that next push will be, we'll probably be up north against the Danes. But we still have to finish off the French. And they hold settlements in Antwerp, Caen, Angers, and Reims. But with it being Monday and the work week, we're going to be doing 5 turns a night. So we'll be going from turn 160 to 165. So let us end our turn and continue the Holy Roman Empire's campaign for Medieval Monday. But before we get into that event, for turn 161, here is our end of turn report. And we have an event, the portable pipe organ. With the papacy no longer denouncing polony, the musical technique where two melodies are united, we are now in the age where aspiring musical artists are pioneering new ways to make heavenly music. The most recent advent in the musical world is an instrument known as a spinet, a true modern mechanical marvel. The spinet is driven by a row of black and white keys, just like a pipe organ, that when pressed strike varying notes on strings cased within. The sound it produces are not so powerful or profound as the pipe organ, making it somewhat a wealthy notable or merchant could have in their home. Unfortunately, our faction leader has died, Emperor Godwin the Mean. But we also have another event. The world is round. Over the centuries, several scholars have suggested that the world could be round. But most of them were burned at the stake as heretics, so the theory hasn't been partially popular. However, with new advances in the fields of astronomy, enough to be learned, men of the world have accepted that the theory is well worth testing. Perhaps if someone were to establish a trade route to the Far East by sailing west, they could both bring the debate to a close, as well as establish a trade lane that is most lucrative. And unfortunately, death stalks the land in Genoa. Captain Marcus is affected. Citizenry killed 2020. Soldiers 7. And we have some faction announcements. We have a new faction leader, Emperor Manfred. And we have retinue expands for Andres Herden. Bilingual Bard, +1 to agent skill, +1 to personal security. And we have the structure report. At Reams, we have a mining network. At a Mets, we have a catapult mech. At a Paris, we have cannon towers. At Dijon, we have a stone wall upgrade repaired. And at Dijon again, we have a gunsmith repaired. And at Dijon once more, we have a tavern repaired. And we have a recruitment report. At Dijon, we have a merchant and a spy. At Hamburg, we have 2 units of armored sergeants retrained, followed by sergeant spearmen retrained. And we have some diplomatic information. The following factions are now at war with each other: the Timurids and the Mongols. And the following factions have been reconciled: France, during the days, I didn't like what Denmark was doing. So we'll come here to Hamburg. We'll continue to retrain the men. And continue to upgrade to a fortress. Here in Stenton, we'll go ahead and construct some paved roads. And we'll retrain the men. Here in Magdeburg, let's go construct an archery range. We'll raise some more archers. Armor sergeant. Frankfurt. Some land clearances. And we'll retrain these spear militia. Here in Prague, we'll retrain our mailed knights. Do some crop rotation. Nuremberg, go ahead and do a large stone wall upgrade. We'll recruit a merchant. Why not a priest? Vienna, we'll do the same large stone wall upgrade. And we'll retrain these 2 town militia. Here in Budapest, we'll go ahead and construct a cathedral. And we'll retrain the spear militia. Actually, we'll train our general's bodyguard. And 2 dudes of spear militia. Since we're fully upgraded in Bran, we'll raise some feudal knights. I have plans for Hungary still, since we're still at war with Hungary. In fact,
Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser!
we're gonna scout.
March!
Well, let's take Bucharest.
Ja, mein Kaiser! 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 Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Ja! Closing on the Reich's enemies! Kaiser!
We'll do that next turn. Here in Zagreb, good old Zagreb. We'll do some crop rotation. We'll raise some peasant archers. Here in Innsbruck, We'll do some crop rotation as well. And retrain our peasant archers. Venice will continue with the heavy armor. We'll raise a merchant. Bologna will continue to hold. Same with Milan. Here in Marseilles, though,
Orders, Kaiser!
we'll bring Captain Marcus up to support.
Forward! Ja, mein Kaiser!
And we'll grab Captain Volkmar. We'll try to link him up with Captain Marcus, or at least have him close by.
Ja, Kaiser! Today's journey is over.
With Marseilles supported, we'll swing back here to Venice real quick. We'll raise some more gun hulks. In Bologna, some gun hulks as well. Here in Genoa, some gun hulks. And we're about to take on the Portuguese Navy with the Holy Roman Empire Navy. Here in Bern, we're gonna hold. John, we're gonna hold as well. Stauffen will hold. Metz will hold.
For the Reich!
We'll bring Emerald and bolster Metz, I believe. Or was it Paris? I forget.
For the Reich!
We'll move him to Reims for the moment.
With honor, Kaiser!
Mein Kaiser.
We'll have our Princess Olga do some more scouting.
Happily, mein Kaiser.
Actually, we'll probably send Olga down to Poland.
This Fräulein needs her rest. Ja,
We'll grab Lacey. We'll move her here, since we already know RS is there.
on my way. A fine day's journey.
Mon Dieu, I am
Here in
discovered.
Paris. We'll do some irrigation. We'll recruit a merchant. An assassin. And halberd Missile. And we'll end our turn.
Our settlement is under threat, Kaiser. We are besieged.
We are under siege!
If there were any lingering doubts as to the power of the Church, they were dispelled once the people gazed upon God's greatest house on earth. Its towering presence here shall ensure Christian dominance throughout the land.
And before we get into that, after that first great announcement, for 162, here is our end of turn report. And we have a guild available in Hamburg, Teutonic Knights Minor Chapter House. We shall accept to the construction. And unfortunately, we have a settlement besieged setting by the Russians. We have another settlement besieged, Hamburg, by the Danes. And death still stalks the land in Genoa. Captain Marcus is still affected. Sinister killed 1,909. Men-at-Arms, 5. But we have a suitable prince for Grisunda the Snob, Karl von Saxony, age 46. 2 stars to his command, 1 helm to his chivalry. 5 rings to his loyalty, same to his piety. His traits are he's an aspiring commander, a skilled bureaucrat, a fair fighter, and dutifully religious. And we shall accept. We have some faction announcements. A noble life has ended of natural causes. Matthias von Swabia, merchant out of Sofia region. And another noble life has ended of natural causes. Otto Rusendorf, family member out of Magdeburg. We've had a family tragedy to Trilida von Salzgitter. We have a trade increase to Wickerus Hummel. Feels appreciated, +1 to loyalty. We have retinue expands for Oblecht the Honest. 4 fruitcake. +1 to dread. -1 to piety. -3 morale for all troops on the battlefield. -1 from popularity. We have written expands for Demirs von Hamburg, Master Smith, 10% discount on unit training costs. Retinue expands to Fritz von Boneman. Prototype handgun, +1 to assassination, +2 to law. We have retinue expands for Lucas von Gudrunigen. None, +1 to piety, -1 to violence. And retinue expands for Lucas von Gudrunigen. Again, the Crier Boy, +1 to piety, +1 to unorthodoxy, -1 to purity. And we have a structure report. At a Stoffen, we have a catapult maker. At a Hamburg, we have a fortress upgrade. At Cairo, we have a huge cathedral. And out of Bryn, we have a barracks. And we have a recruitment report. At Bologna, we have 3 Hulks. At Magdeburg, we have 2 units of archers, followed by armored sergeants. Excuse me. At Zagreb, we have 2 units of peasant archers. 3. At Genoa again, we have 3 gun hulks. At Venice, we have 2 gun hulks. Out of Bran, we have feudal knights. Out of Paris, we have halberd militia. Nuremberg, we have a merchant and a priest. Out of Venice, we have a merchant. Out of Paris, we have a merchant, followed by an assassin. And Frankfurt, we have 2 units of spear militia retrained. Venice, we have 2 units of town militia retrained. Innsbruck, we have 3 units of peasant archers retrained. Hamburg, 3 units of sergeant spearmen retrained. Stettin, 3 units of sergeant spearmen retrained. Prague, 3 mailed knights retrained. Budapest, 1 general's bodyguard retrained, followed by 2 units of spear militia retrained. And I will happen to say Stettin and Hamburg were retrained just in time before the siege. And I'm sorry, my lords, for coughing in y'all's ear. But we have some diplomatic information. The following factions have declared that they are allies: France and Denmark. And the following factions have declared a truce: France and Portugal. And we have the cardinal promoted, Ludus von Gruben, by the Holy Roman Empire, of the Holy Roman Empire. And a construction approved in Cairo for a huge cathedral. And relations have improved between the Holy Roman Empire and the Papal States to perfecto. And we have marriage celebrations for Karl von Saxony and Lucinda von Saxony. And for my American viewers, they're not familiar with European things. I know that sounds ignorant. But von means of. So example, Carl here is from the region of Germany of Saxony, or the Saxony region of Germany. Just a little fun fact. So if you guys ever see somebody with last name or like the middle of von, yeah, their family is probably of noble or some kind of birth that has a pretty good lineage. Just a little fun fact. My European viewers, correct me if I'm wrong, or especially my German viewers and Austrian viewers. But it looks like the Portuguese have broken off of Marseille.
Kaiser!
So we're gonna garrison.
Forward! Orders, Kaiser! March!
Hopefully that deters them from coming down any further or re-attacking. If they do, we'll slaughter them.
Yeah,
We'll
fleet
keep our
ready.
navy here. Actually, we'll bully them.
Ja, mein Kaiser. Attacking!
And we'll withdraw from battle. They outnumber us just a little bit.
Orders, Kaiser.
Well, we'll take our ships here and reinforce.
Combining fleets, Kaiser. Yeah, fleet ready. Yeah, merging with the fleet. Yeah, Kaiser. Course plotted. Dropping anchor until morning, mein Kaiser.
Now with Marseille secured, we'll keep this area. We'll don't do anything down here.
Kaiser.
Except send our merchants out. And we'll send him to the marble mine.
Opening a new trade lane. Kaiser.
And we'll send you to trade some textiles.
I have exhausted myself, Kaiser.
Who is it that is doomed?
We'll send our assassin up here.
Stopping for the night. Just name the target.
We'll try for this Russian diplomat. Former Holy Roman Empire.
Death or destruction, Kaiser.
And we have a 12%. We'll go for it.
He is doomed, Kaiser. Doomed.
And unfortunately, Fritz survived. But we shall move our assassin here.
Yeah, on my way.
We have a trade increase for impact. Mean leader. +1 to dread. Over here more in the west,
Ja, Kaiser.
we'll grab our spy and we'll move south. We'll see how much land the Portuguese have.
Like a shadow. I must lay low here.
Here in Paris,
Who is it that is doomed?
We'll grab our assassin, and we'll try to take out Gesalt.
And the right target is?
And we have a 25% chance.
Yeah, he is.
Oi!
A dead man.
Unfortunately, Fritz von Bohnen did not succeed in this mission and was caught and executed.
Kaiser!
But from Paris, we'll come up here in the Canen and trade in some dies.
I shall start sending back the Ausland des Wers.
Here in Paris, yes, we'll continue with the irrigation. We'll raise an assassin, and why not a spy? For rings,
For the Reich!
we'll go ahead and send Emerald to Paris. And we'll set the tax rate to low. Now concerning up here to the north, here in Hamburg, we got 2 Sergeant Spearmen. We'll construct a gunsmith up in Hamburg. And here in Stettin, we'll continue to take the siege.
Daughter of the Reich.
Almost forgot. That's quite unfortunate. We'll move our princess over to here.
Happily, mein Kaiser. Mein Kaiser.
And we'll move Olga here.
Very well. A fine day's journey.
Ah yes, and lastly,
Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser!
I'll grab our army here and siege Bucharest.
Ja, Kaiser! Marching to battle! Besieging settlement, Kaiser!
Actually, we can assault it because we have artillery. And this is Prince Beltran. It wouldn't even be a fight. Through his off. And we have an average victory.
The Reich is victorious! God is with us, Kaiser! We are victorious!
We shall sack the settlement. I'll give us some more coin.
Orders, Kaiser!
And we shall grab our scouts here and send them here.
Ja, Kaiser! Today's march ends here, Kaiser!
And Sophia looks to be a little bit more heavily garrisoned. We shall repair the wooden wall, the ballista maker, the blacksmith, the market, the church, and the town hall. From Bran, we're going to send another scout north.
Kaiser! March!
There's a Hungarian army there. There's Polish territory right here. Somewhere along here is another Hungarian settlement. And I'm wondering if that's it right there. Gonna pull our cavalry back.
Forward!
Unless that's it right there.
Today's journey is over.
Yes, and that shall be our end of turn. Before we get into that, for turn 163, here is our end of turn report. Unfortunately, they're riding in Alexandria. Citizen killed 423. Men at arms, 11. A suitable husband for Ingrid von Lubeck. Woodbrecht Lindbeck, age 44, 1 star to his command, 1 helm to his chivalry. 5 rings to his loyalty, and 4 rings to his piety. His traits are he's brave, a drill master, promising commander, fair fighter, and religious. We shall accept. Unfortunately, we have an emergent asset seized by Gulandis Alexei. In Death Stalks Land, this time in Marseille. Characters affected: Friedrich Ruppel, Johannes Otterbach, Lucas Hurden, and Heinrichus von Saxony. History killed 1,861. Men at arms 61. Faction announcements. We have a coming age for Ottomus Rusendorf. We have a trade increase for Demetrius von Hamburg. Fair and Wool, +1 in chivalry. We have a trade increase for Robust Inmot. Mean Leader, +1 to Dread. We have a trade increase for Sifris von Lubrecht. Fair and Wool, +1 to chivalry. Trade decrease for Sifris von Lubrecht. Fair and Rule, +1 in chivalry. Our retinue expands for Heinrichus von Saxony. Monk, +1 to piety, -1 to purity. Our retinue expands for Friedrich Ruppel. Brilliant Scribe, +1 to authority, 10% bonus on all trade income. Our retinue expands for Tancred von Holstein. Dancer, +2 to agent skill. We have retinue expands for Friedrich Ruppel. Alchemist, +2 to your general's hit points, +1 to command when commanding gunpowder troops. And retinue expands for Sigismund Warren. Fine armor, +4 to your general's hit points. We have a construction report out of Frankfurt. We have a land clearance. Out of Milan, we have a cathedral. Genoa, we have a huge stone wall upgrade. Venice, we have a heavy armorer. Marseille, alchemist lab. Bucharest, wooden wall upgrade repaired. Ballista maker repaired. Blacksmith repaired. Market repaired. Church repaired. And town hall repaired, all out of Bucharest. We have a recruitment report out of Paris. We have a merchant, an assassin, and a spy. Out of Hamburg, we have 2 units of Sergeant Spearmen retrained. And we have an alliance announced. France and Scotland. And we have construction improved in Milan for a cathedral. And we have marriage celebrations for Ludwig and Elizabeth Winter. We'll start off here in the north. We'll start off here in Hamburg. And we'll raise some peasant archers. Here in Sitten, we'll continue to take the siege. At Magdeburg, we'll keep our eyes open. Same here in Frankfurt. Up here in Magdeburg. We're going to send Johann von Asperg to Magdeburg.
Come on.
Up in Hamburg. We'll send Karl von Saxony.
For the Reich!
Resting here, noble Kaiser.
Here in Nuremberg, we're going to raise a merchant.
Kaiser!
We'll grab our current merchant and trade in some timber. Actually, we'll trade in some wine.
Opening a new trade lane.
Then we'll trade in some timber.
Just name the target.
Grab our assassin here and try to take out this rebel commander.
Death or destruction, Kaiser.
And we have a 57% chance. Let's go for it.
Your enemy becomes my victim, Kaiser.
And we've had a mission success on the assassination on Captain Iskubus. We have a trade increase for Fritz von Gippelbold. Hired blade. +1 to agent skill. And a trade increase for Emperor Manfred, cruel leader, +2 to dread. And with that successful hit, we'll move our assassin here.
Quickly and quietly. Who is it that is doomed?
We'll grab Wilf, and we'll try again for the Swiss rebels.
And the right target is?
Ooh, and we have a 6% chance. That's not good. We'll avoid,
Yeah, on my way.
but we'll move there. Out of Innsbruck, we'll just retrain 3 armor sergeants. We'll keep our assassin here.
An order, mein Kaiser.
We'll grab one of our diplomats. We'll move here.
No further today.
from Bologna.
Orders, Kaiser! 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 Ja,
Over
mein
our
Kaiser!
cavalry. And march here. Actually, no. We'll hold here in Bologna. So we got that rebel still there. Milan, we'll go ahead and raise a merchant. And some halberd militia. And construct a gunsmith. Here in Genoa. Construct some cannon towers. Retrain the spear militia. And recruit 2 halberd militia.
For the Reich! For the Reich!
And we'll send Rupert Windig. We'll send him to Brent.
For the Reich! Ja. We shall continue tomorrow, mein Kaiser.
Yeah. Fleet
Our
ready.
navy here. We'll go ahead and attack this Portuguese navy.
Enemy fleet attacking, mein Kaiser.
And we'll auto resolve. And we got a clear victory. And, as expected, our relations with Portugal have worsened to poor. And we'll take our fleet again, and we'll attack this Portuguese navy.
Ja, mein Kaiser. Attacking.
And we'll auto resolve. And we have a clear victory as well.
Ja, Kaiser.
And we'll grab our fleet here. And sail here.
Ja, Kaiser. The winds have failed us today. We go north.
And relations have worsened with Portugal to very poor.
Ja. Fleet ready.
We'll attack this fleet again.
Enemy fleet attacking, mein Kaiser.
Marcel. We'll go and do crop rotation. And retrade our halberd militia.
Eyes of the Reich.
That's Portuguese. That's obviously Portuguese. Our spy here.
Ja, on my way. No further today, mein Kaiser.
Oh, that's French.
Mein Kaiser.
We'll keep our diplomat there. Here in Paris.
Kaiser.
We'll grab our merchant. Come up here. Please.
I shall go on tomorrow.
Just name the target.
We'll grab our assassin and try to take out this French commander.
Death or destruction, Kaiser.
And we have the 57% chance.
Yeah, he is a dead man.
Unfortunately, Renault has missed his target.
Ja, Kaiser.
But we'll keep our spy here in Paris. In Reims, we'll do crop rotation. And recruit some crossbow militia. Alright, so we'll do the same.
For the Reich.
You know what, here in Magdeburg, we'll raise 3 more feudal knights. And we'll end our turn. Actually,
Orders, Kaiser!
we'll return the Brown.
Ja, Kaiser!
You in Bucharest will go ahead and raise 2 cogs. And convert to a castle.
Ja, mein Kaiser!
Sophia's gonna be our next target. Down here to the south. Yeah, if we take Sophia.
Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja! We make camp here! Ja, mein Kaiser! Forward! Combining troops!
We'll raise some dismounted feudal knights. We'll take 3 from Braun.
Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser!
We'll march here.
Ja, Kaiser! Today's march ends here, Kaiser! Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser!
Take 5 Sergeant Spearmen. And we'll combine them.
March! Ja, merging our forces, Kaiser. Ja, mein Kaiser.
I will keep Bucharest garrison with what we have. From Budapest, we're gonna go and retrain the halberd militia. Vienna, we're gonna go ahead and retrain the spear militia. Actually, we'll go ahead and do the crossbow militia. Here in Prague, we'll go ahead and raise some more male knights. And we'll raise a priest. Frankfurt, we're doing communal farming. And we'll retrain the spear militia.
For the Reich!
Stoffen, we do irrigation. And retrain the armor sergeants.
For the Reich!
And Brian. We'll do crop rotation. Dijon, we'll go ahead and construct an abbey. Raise some bombards. In midst. Raise some feudal knights.
Ja, Kaiser.
And we'll end our turn.
Spreading the Reich's forces.
the Russians are deciding to finally assault Stettin. Defend at night? Actually, no, but we'll meet them on the field.
This day shall belong to the Reich. To battle! Pray now for intercession of the Sankt Michael for our imperial cause. If you ride a horse, add a prayer to Sankt Martin to your devotions. And if any of you should see a black cat nearby, throw a stone at Satan's familiar and drive away the bad luck it will surely bring. Over there is a Russian army. Men who have almost certainly run away from their womenfolk. And who would not? For Russian women are bear-like in manner and looks. We should give thanks that we live in an empire blessed with good-looking wives, even if they are usually married to someone else. Remember that we cannot let one of those pigs in. Not a one. Any who enters must stay only to be meat for the carrion crows. Sankt Michael be thanked. We are well provided with spears. Our foes' horsemen will do them little good. And now I trust my life to God. For I know our imperial cause is true and just. So pray, you brave fools, and make sure God knows you think the same!
Let's begin our deployment.
Units, await my command!
Infantry! Guard this area! Spearmen! Spearmen! Guard this area! Spearmen! Guard this area! Spearmen! Spearmen! Guard this area! Spearmen! Guard this area. Guard this area.
Guard this area! Heavy infantry! Heavy infantry! Onward!
Spearmen! Guard this area.
Spearmen! Move out! Spearmen! 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 Units, march! Ballista! Ballista! Units, march! Units, march! Units, march! Units! Units, extinguish flares! Spearmen! Advance! Onward! Move out! Spearmen! Heavy Infanterie! Ballista! Ballista!
Units, cease fire!
Light cavalry. Vorwärts. Light cavalry. Advance.
Knights! Onward! Knights! March! March!
General's bodyguard!
March! Heavy infantry! Move out!
Let the battle begin.
Spearmen! Spearmen! Onward! Double time!
Heavy infantry! Zum Teufel! The enemy are battering down the gates! Schnell! Schnell!
We are on your top!
Our enemy's ladders have reached our walls. Make the Schwein pay for their insolence.
Feuert wild!
Spearmen! Spearmen! Move out! Move! Schnell! Schnell! Move! Schnell! Schnell! Spearmen!
Zum Teufel! The enemy's ram is through our gates! Ballista! Ballista!
On the Emperor! Attack!
Over, Spearmen! March! Heavy infantry! Charge! 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 Knights!
Light cavalry! Light cavalry!
Heavy infantry! Charge!
This battle progresses well for the Empire. Stay strong, and the enemy will be defeated.
Attack!
Spearmen!
Attack! Heavy infantry! Attack! Knights! Ballista! Attack! Ballista! Attack! Ballista!
Dumb foe has reached our walls with their siege tower.
Attack!
Repel the Schwein.
Knights!
Attack! Spearmen!
Only half the enemy force remains. Our men are winning the battle. Continue like this, and victory is ours! Dummkopf General has thrown his life away. Perhaps our chances of victory with it. Thank the Lord! Our men has slain the enemy general.
An eye for an eye. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle.
No one shall doubt that we are the victors on this day.
And we have a clear victory.
No! No! Ask for a ransom!
And we're gonna execute.
The Reich is victorious!
For turn 164, here is our end of turn report. We have Death Stalks land in Marseille still. Frederick Group, Johannes Oderbach, Lucas Hirden, and Henricus von Saxony are affected. Sinistry killed 1,731. Men at Arms 37. We are the strongest faction in the known world. And we have some faction announcements. A noble death in the battle. Volkmar the Mean, family member out of Stenton. We have an assassination, fell victim to a foreign assassin, Ortelis Rusendorf, family member out of Frankfurt. We have a new family member, Nielsen von Hamburg. We have a trade increase for Johann von Osberg, feels appreciated, +1 to loyalty. We have a trade increase for Dimitis von Hamburg, noble in rule, +2 to chivalry. We have retinue spans for Theodicus von Bavaria. Monk +1 to piety, -1 to purity. We have retinue expands for Gerhard Nies, dancer +2 to agent skill. We have retinue expands for the Obis Udmult, overseer. We have retinue expands for the Albrecht the Honest, brilliant scribe, +1 to authority. And retinue expands for Sifridus von Lubeck, bard, +1 to morale for all troops on the battlefield, +1 to popularity. And we have a construction report. At Nuremberg, we have large stone wall upgrade. At Bologna, we have a master armorer. And out of Vienna, we have a large stone wall upgrade. And we have a recruitment report at Hamburg. We have 2 units of peasant archers. At Magdeburg, we have 3 units of feudal knights. Out of Prague, we have 2 mailed knights. Out of Milan, we have 2 units of halberd militia. Genoa, we have 2 units of halberd militia. Out of Bran, we have 3 units of dismounted feudal knights. At Reims, we have 3 units of crossbow militia. Metz, we have 3 units of dismounted feudal knights. Paris, we have 2 units of crossbow militia. Dijon, we have 2 bombards. At Bucharest, we have 2 cogs. Nuremberg, we have a merchant. Prague, we have a priest. Milan, we have a merchant. Frankfurt, we have 2 units of spear militia retrained. Staufen, we have 3 units of armored sergeants retrained. Venice, we have crossbow militia retrained, 2 units. Out of Innsbruck, we have 3 units of armored sergeants retrained. Budapest, we have 3 units of halberd militia retrained. Genoa, 1 unit of spear militia retrained, and at Marseille, lastly, we have 3 units of halberd militia retrained. we have faction excommunicated, Denmark. King Halliston has fallen out of favor with us. As mentioned before, we have rioting in Alexandria. Building damage to siege works. Sinister killed 1069. Men at arms 28. And we have a colony promoted. Guess about the province of France. Let's go address the problem down in the Holy Land. Unfortunately, I see the Egyptians are marching on to Cairo again, it looks like. So we're going to repair the huge stone wall. Hopefully get some ballista towers in. And retrain the spear militia. Alexandria. Go and repair the siege works. How about some irrigation? We'll retrain the spear militia and the town militia. Swing back up here to Bucharest.
Orders, Kaiser!
We'll grab the army here. Combine them with the main under Captain Arnold.
Ja! Combining troops!
Come here to Bucharest. Continue with the castle convert. Raise one spear militia and one town militia. Back here in Bran. Go ahead and raise 3 armored sergeants. I don't know what that does. I think we will.
An order, mein Kaiser.
We'll grab our diplomat. And we'll send him... Yeah, we'll send him here.
Das ist gut. No further today.
Vienna here. We'll hold. Stenton though. We'll continue to do the paved road.
Kaiser!
We'll move these men to Stenton. Actually, no, we'll keep them here in Magdeburg.
Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Orders. Forward!
Combine those men.
Joining forces, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! 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 Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Combining troops!
We'll combine that army. And we'll march north.
Ja, Kaiser! Today's journey is over.
For the Reich!
We'll have a new direction for Karl von Saxony. We'll send this way.
With honor, Kaiser. Resting here, noble Kaiser.
From Hamburg. Continue to gunsmith. We'll raise a priest. And 2 cogs. Out of Frankfurt.
Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! 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 Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser!
We'll grab this army and we'll march from here.
Ja! Today's march ends here, Kaiser!
Here in Paris. We'll hold here in Paris. We'll hold here in Marseille.
For the Reich!
We'll move Rupert into Rennes.
Ja!
Orders, Kaiser.
We'll attack this Portuguese navy here.
Yeah. Preparing to engage the Reich's enemies.
And we have a clear victory. And we'll turn around and hit these ones.
Enemy fleet attacking, mein Kaiser.
Evenly matched, well to resolve. And we get an average victory. And we'll blockade this French port.
Our fleet has this port totally blockaded. Yeah, fleet
And we'll
ready.
grab our other fleet here and sail them here.
Course plotted. Dropping anchor until morning, mein Kaiser.
Ja, mein Kaiser!
I'm debating.
Orders, Kaiser!
And we'll keep the army here. Why not?
Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser! Kaiser!
We'll grab the
Orders,
armor
Kaiser!
here. We'll march here.
Forward! We make camp here!
Create some spear militia.
Kaiser,
And we'll take our merchant and move him to the coal mines.
I shall start sending back the Ausland des Wers.
And Bran will stay.
Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser!
For the Reich!
Yep, and we'll end our turn.
Kaiser, the enemy waits outside the walls. It is a siege.
Nobody shall suspect we are here, Kaiser. A perfect ambush.
And before we get into that report, for turn 165, our final turn for tonight, for Medieval Monday, for this week, here is our end of turn report. And with the settlement besieged Cairo by the Egyptians. Death still continues to suck the land in Marseilles. Friedrich Wiepel, Johannes Ottobach, Lucas Herden, and Henricus von Saxony are still affected. Sinister killed 1,619, men-at-arms 42. And we have some faction announcements. We have a new family member, Christina Ingold, and a new family member as well, Wilda von Hamburg. We have a trade increase for Eblick the Honest, Fair and Wool, +1 in chivalry. We have retinue expands for Eblick the Honest again, Alchemist, +2 to your general's hit points, +1 to command when commanding gunpowder troops. We have retinue expands for Civitas von Lübeck, Siege Engineer, +1 to commanding when assaulting walls, +60 build points. And retinue expands for Esselhelm von Dusseldorf. Royal Seminarian. +1 to piety, +1 to unorthodoxy. And we have a construction report. Out of Innsbruck, we have crop rotation. Out of Hamburg, we have a gunsmith. Out of Magdeburg, we have an archery range. Out of Prague, we have crop rotation. Out of Zagreb, we have crop rotation as well. Out of Budapest, we have a cathedral. Out of Cairo, we have a huge stone wall upgrade, repaired just in time for the siege. In Alexandria, we have a siege works, repaired. And we have a recruitment report out of Hamburg. We have 2 cogs. Out of Brian, we have 3 units of armored sergeants. Out of Dijon, we have 2 units of spear militia. Out of Bucharest, we have 1 spear militia and 1 town militia. Out of Hamburg, we have a priest. Out of Cairo, we have 3 units of spear militia retrained. In Alexandria, we have 3 units, 2 being spear militia retrained and 1 town militia retrained. And we have rioting in Alexandria. Buildings damaged, the armor, and the merchant's wharf. Sentry killed 3,975. Men at arms 83. And the cardinal has been murdered. Esselheim von Dusseldorf of the Holy Roman Empire. The construction approved in Budapest for a cathedral. But we'll begin up here in the north. Here in Stettin, we'll continue to build the paved roads. But we'll retrain the men.
Yeah.
We'll grab Olga, and we'll move her here. Actually, we'll move her south.
On my way. This Fräulein needs her rest.
Here in Magdeburg, we'll go ahead and construct some jousting lists. And raise some sergeant spearmen.
For the Reich!
And we'll move on Saxony to here.
With honor, Kaiser! We shall continue tomorrow, mein Kaiser.
We'll keep our fleets here.
Ja, mein Kaiser!
We'll grab Captain Leopold. And we'll march here.
Ja! Today's march ends here, Kaiser.
And in Hamburg,
Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser!
we'll grab the
Orders,
army
Kaiser!
here, and we'll march here.
Forward! We make camp here. Ja, mein Kaiser!
We'll grab Captain Wilhelm, and we'll march here.
Ja, Kaiser! Today's journey is over. Kaiser!
And we'll grab Captain Heinrichs. And we'll march here.
March! Today's march ends here, Kaiser.
Eyes of the Reich.
We'll grab our spy. We'll go here.
Like a shadow. I shall continue tomorrow, yeah?
Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! 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 Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser!
We'll take this detachment here, and we'll go for Canen.
Ja! Closing on the Reich's enemies! Besieging settlement, Kaiser!
And we'll construct some ladders. And we'll maintain the siege.
Siege force reporting, Kaiser! Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser! Ja, mein Kaiser! Kaiser!
And we'll take this force, and we'll siege Angers.
We shall defeat them for you, mein Kaiser!
That leaves Paris lightly garrisoned. Meaning we'll grab some units from Rheims
Ja, mein Kaiser! Orders, Kaiser!
and transfer them
Kaiser!
over to Paris.
Ja!
Now over here, to the east. We'll come back up here to Brand. And we'll raise some more armor sergeant. Here in Bucharest. We'll raise some cog. And a priest. And we'll construct a boiler. We'll leave that Hungarian alone.
Orders, Kaiser!
But we'll grab Captain Arnold.
Ja! Closing on the Reich's enemies!
And with that, my dear lords, that concludes this installment for Medieval Monday, the Holy Roman Empire. Join me next week as we dive into the Teutonic campaign as I lead the Kingdom of Denmark in their fight in the north. But join me tomorrow for Total War Tuesday for the House of Julii campaign as I continue to make Rome great again. Well, I will see you fine lords and nobles later, and I'll see you next Monday. And next time. So, keep your armor in good order, your sword sharp, and your banners always flying high. And I will see you tomorrow, and I will see you next time.